order to have a little bit more fun with this, we're going to be singing it as a round, but just to make sure that everyone is familiar with it, we're going to sing it straight through as written as you see up there, and then we'll break into a round. But when we do the round, we need to know what numbers we are. So for today, anyone in this kind of regular section over here will be the first part of the round. General area here will be second part of the round. Then over here, third part. And right split in the middle, so we have enough voices, the fourth part, okay? And we'll sing it in a round twice more. So we'll do it a cappella, unison one time, and then round twice. Now I need a note for me. Here we go all together. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we? Oh, group one. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we? Oh, group two. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Group three. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Group four. Where do we come from? Where are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going?
The earth turns and daylight returns. The mystery keeps cycling. Here comes each one of us, littlest one and longest member. Put your drum under the piano. Bring your excitement and your springiness. Bring your noise and your confusion. Bring your worries and your burdens. And meet us in this muddy season, in this in-between place and time. For we know that in the dirt and in the mud, there lies a blessing. And grace has a way of slipping into the grittiest places. Come into this community with all of who you are. come into this community with all of us, ready to receive and ready to give. Come, let us worship together. We begin by lighting our chalice, and hope we'll light it physically. It's a little bit different this week because, well, we'll all be approaching the center later, so the flame will be a little bit more concentrated today. I invite you to join with me in our unison words. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and mysteries of this great gift.
Here we are, on the brink of springtime, enjoying the first warm days, seeing the flowers emerge, green buds on trees, feeling warm sunshine on our shoulders, getting mud on our shoes. Springtime is making an entrance. But for a moment, I want to invite you back to the time when it first started to get cold. So here we go, back to those first days of winter. Animals are preparing for the cold days to come. Frogs are settling down in their muddy beds. Bears that are full of berries and acorns are cozying into their dens. Ground squirrels are toasty in their underground burrows, and alligators are snuggled together in the swamps with only their snouts sticking up out of the water. Some of them will continue to sleep for days or weeks. Others, it will be months before they wake up again. And even though we humans don't hibernate like these animals do, we do a sort of wintering of our own. We stay in our homes a little more often, a little longer. We bundle our bodies up against the cold, and we slow down. We go inward to survive the wintering months. And now, the winter days are warming away. Yay! And like these animals, we start to wake up. So, we're going to start as frogs. You can stay in your seats if you like, but if you are willing to stand up and join me, we're going to move like frogs that are thawing from winter. Don't worry, it's not going to be like too much movement. You can stand up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So first, these frogs that are frozen in the mud, they freeze in the mud. They freeze. We're going to start to thaw. So you can just rub your hands together. We're going to start to thaw. We're going to slowly start to move our bodies, just slowly, just a little bit. And then, like frogs, we'll jump. Jump and jump. Great. Well done. Stay up. Don't sit. Okay. Next, we have the bears who stretch and yawn and move their big bodies. Good. And then the ground squirrels. This one's my favorite. Who shiver. They shiver to wake up, and they shake, and then they peek. They peek out, and they look. Oh, other ground squirrels, they say. All right. Finally, we have the alligators who snap their jaws and swish their big tails and start to move their giant reptilian bodies through the water. Oh my goodness, well done. That was so good. All right, so you can have a seat. Thank you for joining me in waking up from hibernation. I hope that this muddy season offers you many opportunities to wake up, thaw out, and come into community. And in that energy of coming into community, we will now stand to greet each other and welcome each other here this morning. And if you want to, you could think about how is it that you thaw out? How is it that you wake up in the wintertime? How does your body how do you come out of your particular kind of wintering?
Before we sit back down, let's join our voices singing Gather the Spirit, number 347 in your gray hymnal.
Trials in this Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. What does that mean? God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water? What does that mean? Well, I gotta take you back to the 1850s, around that time, maybe a little earlier, when some of our ancestors were enslaved, some of our ancestors were free, and some of our ancestors were doing the enslaving. Well, around 1850, we had a contentious electoral year. Sounds familiar? And there was a compromise that happened. Sound familiar? But this compromise is called the Compromise of 1850. And one of those compromises was this thing called the Fugitive Slave Act. And it made being a fugitive slave more dangerous. And it made catching fugitive slaves more profitable. So wade in the water, sound in a minor key, but it is not a song of sadness. It's a song of hope, because my ancestors looked to the biblical stories of a religion that was forced on them and turned it to their good. What biblical story am I talking about? The children of Israel who were in bondage like they were, who stepped at the water's edge. What water? The Red Sea? And wade in that water, while their God troubled it, not for them, but for their oppressors, Pharaoh and his army who was coming behind them. They waded through the water until it was safe to come out of it, but Pharaoh's army drowned in the Red Sea. But they had to wade in the water. They had to step into the water. They had to come to the water's edge and have faith that they will come out on the other side. Freedom. My ancestors had that faith, but unfortunately, they were in the deep South. And it was too dangerous to try to escape. But for those who were able to leave their plantations of enslavement and oppression, this gave them hope. But those who were being tracked by these slave catchers and their dogs, they were reminded to come to the water's edge and wade in that water, the rivers, the creeks, the streams. Why? So that the slave catchers and their dogs can't track them. It's a song of hope. It's a song of promise. It's a song of resiliency and courage. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Sing it a little differently now, right? So y'all gonna help me sing this. So first, we're gonna do it in 3 parts, and you get to choose. Why you laugh? Don't worry. You get to choose which part you sing this time. And so there's the melody, which I've sung, which most of you have probably learned. So you can stay with that melody. I won't teach that, but I'll teach the two harmonies. For the lower parts, who thinks they have a lower voice and they just want to stay low? Yeah, today, this morning, it's a little, oof. Yes, yes. So that part is, wade in the water, 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 wade in the water. Then God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, 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 wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Good. One more time. Wade in the water, wade in the water, wade in the water, wade. God's gonna trouble the water. Now this one is a little trickier, but it will give us that flavor we're looking for this morning. Wade in the water, 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 wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. One more time. Wade in the water, 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 wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. One more time. Wade in. All right, so now we're going to put those three together and then wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. All right. So we can put all those together. So we're going to stack it. And we're going to begin with the lower voices. Wade in the water, 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 wade in the water. God's going to trouble the water. Keep that going. Keep that going. Melody. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Now sing it with joy and hope. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the... Now with courage, one more time. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in
Sunday offering goes to a partner organization working to create a more just and loving world. And today, we share our plate with the Tom Fry Storybook Trail. Tom Fry was a member here at First Unitarian Church, and the Storybook Trail is a project we will work on together within this community in the seasons to come. You're encouraged to give online at rochesterunitarian.org/donate. I believe you'll find it up on the screens, or by Venmo, or here in person to our offering baskets. In the spirit of abundance and generosity, our offering will now be received with gratitude.
Jonathan Green writes, "I feel so muddy, hands caked with dirt, baking in a sun that won't shine. And I have no water, nothing to drip into my mouth and onto my hands to make them clean again. This isn't the mud for a mask. This mud is my mask, slathered about my body as a way to entomb myself and cake me in until this time passes. I feel so muddy because the news is so grimy and it gets between my fingers and toes and dries so perfectly that the cracks seem pristine. This isn't a regular mud. I can't wash this off in a shower, and it never seems to go away. Tattooed and forever dirty, even though all I want is to be clean again." Jonathan Green's not talking about this mud here. This stuff will come off with a shower. You will be clean again. But this muddiness that lasts longer than he wants is something many of us are familiar with. A muddiness that happens in abundance at the meeting of land and water, the place of swamps, of fens and bogs, places we associate with the American South, but also Massachusetts. The place where land meets water, the place of fog and mud, is a place where things live that live nowhere else. A place of possibility, but often a place of spookiness, a place of discomfort, a place that lasts longer than any of us might choose. This is our season of being in between, and, well, so many of us have to reckon with changes and transitions that aren't a moment, but movement through a phase that lasts longer than any of us would like. And still, there's possibility there. Things that live nowhere else. This past week, we commemorated 4 years since COVID swept through this part of the world. My Facebook popped up with memories of that first time we did worship online. Popped up with memories of the events canceled, the uncertainty, the heady proclamations that we'd see each other again in 2 weeks. Didn't turn out that way. And a friend called me up and told me all about how she's a different parent than she was pre-COVID. And, well, any parent knows that just when you think you're getting good at parenting a particular age of child, that kid gets older and the work starts all over again. But COVID seemed to throw in a whole bunch of other challenges. And Taryn talked to me about how in those first few months, she had this glamorous idea of being able to run a co-op in her house where the neighbors would come over and they'd all be outside, but really she'd become a teacher despite having no educational training whatsoever. That also didn't work out as anticipated. The neighbors had their kids dropped off, but then complained about the price of snacks, and everything seemed so much more fragile than community was supposed to be. After a few months, she got fed up, and she and her husband went looking for something else that would keep her children safe from COVID, but also safe from the rage that she was starting to feel each and every day, having to become something that she wasn't. Eventually, they found a Waldorf school. It met entirely outside. It was way outside of their budget. And suddenly they needed all these special clothes because navigating all weather outside is a totally different thing. The first day she went to visit, it was a Tuesday, and on Tuesday, all the children bring a vegetable to this community, and they all make soup for one another. Taryn burst into tears, seeing children interacting with each other, and knowing that if anyone was complaining about the price of the vegetable, that was happening somewhere else, and her kids wouldn't have to hear it anymore. Her kids attended that Waldorf for about 6 months. Eventually, she realized that, well, they had gotten quite good at cooking soup, but they still didn't know how to read, and that was bound to be a problem at some point. She and her husband were looking back on that time, loving what they found, and knowing that, yes, their kids needed to learn to read, and in fact can now. And yes, they are still paying off the debt they incurred from making that choice. But their children also know how to sew, how to cook, skills that, quite frankly, she said, I don't have and could not teach them. Not only am I not an educator, I'm a minister. I spend all my time at church. The in-between places. The change in family structure, the excitement that comes with getting a new job, and then the weeks that follow when realizing you don't know how to do anything here in this new place. The injury your doctor told you would take 2 to 3 months to heal, but for some reason at 6 you don't seem to be quite as good as you thought you would be, because surely you're above average in every way. These places of muddiness are places too of hope, of learned skills, of possibility, of life where we least expect it. So I invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer, to center into your seat, placing your feet on the ground or your seat solidly wherever you are. And if we can, we'll lower the lights, because we surrender now to a mystery we don't fully understand. Spirit of life, God of many names and no name at all, great mystery that seeps into unexpected places. Here in this season of Rochester, where false spring becomes winter again, becomes spring, where cold and sun and rain and snow are dealt out by seemingly 45-minute increments. Help us to ground ourselves in this time, to not leap forward to the next thing, to not tell ourselves at every turn that only when this next thing happens will we be okay. We are here. We are held in the palm of love, and the uncertainty and fogginess of the season and the seasons of our lives have unexpected gifts, if only we are willing to seek, if only we are willing to stretch out, to shake, to pop up like animals waking from hibernation, and know that the gifts of this life, this time, and this earth are offered to us. Help us to open our hearts. Amen. Ashe, and blessed be.
Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Let's sing this melody together a couple of times. Open my heart. 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 Now, while we let that simmer, can I have the basis of the choir teach us a little bit of a descending line? So let's sing this together, basis. Open my heart. Open my heart. Open my heart. Open my heart. Let's everyone sing that. And open my heart. Open my heart. Open my heart. Open my heart. And now let's see if we can put the melody that we learned with that bass line. So pick if you want to sing melody or bass, and here we go. 2, 3, and part to learn, which I'll ask the choir tenors to sing with me, and then we'll all sing it together. This is the line. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Let's all try it. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Now let's try it all together. We all start on the same note, and then we split in our parts. Let's try it. 1, 2, and open. Open my Let's repeat this. And open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Last time. Open my heart, open my
Uh-oh, that means I had my mic on during singing. Sorry, AV team. So, by now you've noticed, either because you came up and looked at it or because I said it, that there's a big pit of mud right here in the sanctuary, right here in the middle. And March is unpredictable, but the spring equinox is predictable here at First Unitarian. It is a regular part of the rhythm of how we gather together. This time where, well, there's more sun, but there's a whole lot of mud. We call it the muddy season, and as the wheel of the year turns, we find ourselves faced with the element of earth. And so I invite you today into a ritual, into receiving a mud anointing. And it's not a spa day, nor is it Lenten ash. It's an anointing of stardust upon you, also made of stardust, but it's of this earth, this time. It's made of clay and topsoil and water, and Amanda made special care to make sure there's no miracle grow in it. Because you're already the miracle. You'll come to be marked as miracle in the mess of all of it. I invite you to come forward to mark yourself or be marked by one of us, by Amanda or Reverend Verdis, or by myself, or by a friend or a family member that you came with. To put a bit of mud on your hands or on your face, and to be marked as miracle in the mess. To be reminded that we're in relationship with the cycles of the earth. To be reminded that we are of the earth and that we are with the earth. And so maybe, Amanda, we can start with you, and with Reverend Verdis, with you. Your face or your hand? Amanda, you are of the earth. You are with the earth.
Verdis, you are of the earth. You are with the earth.
Reverend Shari. You are of the earth. You are with the earth.
I invite you to come forward.
Dave, you are of the earth. You are with the earth. Patricia, you are of the earth. You are with the earth. Joan, you are of the earth. You are with the earth. You are of the earth.
Please rise in body and spirit one more time as we join in singing Woyaya. We are going, heaven knows where we
as we bring this service to a close, we have some challenges ahead, but we will get there. The road will be muddy, it will be rough, but we will get there. So, let's extinguish our chalice by saying our unison words. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And during the in-between time, between this service and the next, we have some connection time. And so we have, don't forget to donate service or tours or whatever that you would like to serve the this community in our auction. And that's where in the lobby. Don't forget to get your Eclipse glasses. Eclipse coming up soon. Don't forget to get them. And we also have Eclipse cookie decorating. Oh yeah, decorating in Susan B. Anthony Lounge. And we have the Path of Totality art show reception in the Williams Gallery. Make sure to peruse through that. We have cosmic photography going on in room 110. Talisman making workshop for the youth in Gilbert Hall. Reproductive Justice Ministry. And So You're You. There's an elevator pitch together in the chapel. There's so much going on during the time. Make sure to connect. All right?
And so if you didn't catch that, that was basically one event that is both reproductive justice theology and how to talk about being a Unitarian Universalist. And if you don't know how those go together, you should come to that event. It'll be muddy, it won't be rough. And there's a whole lot of events related to the eclipse because we are now in the countdown to a massive cosmic event that, unless any of us really become eclipse chasers, will be the last time in our lives we have this opportunity. We are of the cosmos, and we are of this earth. We are with this earth. Let us go being reminded of our place, grounded here, flying through space 1,000 miles an hour, surrounded by a love that will not abandon us. Go in peace. I love you. Go in love. Amen.